Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 27 of my Harvest Moon Back to Nature slow playthrough. We have a birth and this is the final days of fall year 1, autumn year 1. So another one of our chicks has been born. But yes, we are on day 28 of fall. We are going through 28th, 29th and 30th today. Can you believe we are at the end of fall already? And of course I've named this chick Marjorie. Has that got anything to do with Marjorie Tyrell? I shall leave that up to you. Marjorie the chicken, how cute. My family has gotten larger, time to work even harder, that's right. So yes, our final days of fall year 1. So we only have winter to go and then year 1 will be completed. So it is a sunny day tomorrow. As you can imagine, there's a fair amount of speed ups in this episode, getting the crops done. So nothing has come. We're just checking if anything is ready, and it is not today. So a nice and easy day for us on the farm, so we're going to go and say hello to Bingy. We're trying to gather the honey. And this is the time where I need to think of winter goals, because I had some winter goals in mind. However, you will see by the end of this episode, I think I'm just checking if I've got all the apples that I need and whatnot. You will see by the end of this episode is jam-packed. So a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do for winter, I actually did already. So yeah, a very, very jam-packed episode this, but a little bit of a shorter one, so I hope you're okay with that. So I went ahead and kept all the apples for some reason, unbeknownst to me. So I now have 9 apples. I'm not entirely sure why. But never mind, eh? So we're not going to get a great deal of money today, as we don't have a lot to ship. But let's go ahead and feed the fish, as always. Now, one of the things you don't do in winter, I will remind you when we get there next week, is you don't feed the fish in winter because the pond has frozen over. So let's go ahead and feed the chicks. And chickens. One of my winter goals would be to have a full hen house, so let's make that one of the winter goals. We are not too far off at all. I think we have 8. Oh, and we just lost a food there, as always. Yep, so we have 8. So 2 more, and one of my winter goals will be complete. So having a full hen house would be nice. And then I need to think of 2 more. Apologies if you can hear any background noise. As always, that is my bunny rabbit. She's currently really enjoying some water, so you'll probably hear that quite loud. I do apologise. I'm not going to stop her drinking, however. So let's go ahead and gather some of the crops. Oh, she's really enjoying that. You must be thirsty, girl. So let's go and gather some crops, like I say. They're wild crops. And this is, of course, our last episode of the year in which we are gathering crops as well. Not the last episode of the year in real time, but the last episode of the year in game. You know what I mean? But in winter, there are no wild crops either. So the winter episodes should fly by fairly quickly, whatever. Should fly by. So let's give our egg to the Harvest Goddess. So we are typically doing 3 days per episode. Let's see if I can say this a little bit better. But we may end up doing more episodes for winter. So we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. So let's go ahead and go to the barn, presumably. Yep, off we go. And at the moment we still have only 1 cow and 1 sheep. So perhaps my second winter goal should be to get more cows and sheep. So here we go, we're making them up as we go along. So let's say at least 1 more cow or sheep and a full hen house. So I just need to think of one more personal winter goal as we go on. But I think we do end up, do we keep that milk? What are we doing? No, yeah. We're heading out, and presumably this is going to be the first speed up of the episode where I water all of the crops. Obviously I am doing this on my own, I do not have the harvest sprites, but that's okay. So a big speed up here, watering all the crops. So I say it every episode, I hope you don't mind the speed ups, but they do help to quite literally speed things along. At least we don't have all them big flowers to water. So we're heading back out, heading up the mountain to grab the rest of the wild crops. And again, you'll see it is 2:30 in game, so we've spent a lot of time watering. But I'm not sure there's anything else to do today. So we are going to go ahead and continue to upgrade the hammer. So I have sped this up. But it's very important that we get the hammer upgraded. So I think that will actually be our third winter goal, to get the hammer upgraded. So a full hen house, at least one more cow and sheep, and to get the hammer upgraded. There we go, we have our winter goals. We're also chopping some wood, we're getting a little bit tired. Let's gather the rest. And we do of course need some more lumber because we have the second and final house upgrade to do, and we also have the hothouse to do. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with those. So let's head back down. I'm not sure what else we are going to do for day 28. There's not a great deal we can do, seeing as we're quite tired. So let's see what we end up doing. So with 10 minutes to spare, we managed to get the wild crops in as well, which is good. And we do end up getting rid of that milk. We should have kept it for the fridge, I think, but I got rid of it anyway. So just in time there, if you look at this. We didn't get a lot of produce today, but that's okay, because the next couple of days are really going to make up for that. So we are heading back out. What are we going to do? I think we're going to chop some more lumber. And I do speed this up. Again, you've seen this before, you've seen how it all works, so I thought speeding it up would be for the best. So unfortunately, we don't manage to chop it all. We do miss one because my character is so tired. So I think with that, we are probably going to head off to bed, but let's see. Yep, it looks like we're heading to bed for the night, 7:20. So let's grab the dog. And of course, we are going to watch television. So we have, oh dear, we have the song hour. Oh no. Today's guest is item. Level up basic tools. So it's telling you how to level up the tools, which is funny because I've just said one of our winter goals is to level up the hammer. I think she heard me. Again, it's a little bit late to be telling us this, but a bit too late in the game. Of course, we have upgraded tools already. I believe that the axe is the only thing that we have fully upgraded so far. And of course, before bed, we are going to check in with good old Farmer Fran. So what does she have to say? I have no idea what you were talking about yesterday, or about the mine. I couldn't remember. So now she's telling us about the winter mine. And yes, you will probably see that in future episodes. You'll definitely see the winter mine in future episodes. There are different types of ores in the winter mine, so we'll discuss that more when we get there. But with that, we are going to head to bed and move swiftly on to day 29 and our second to last day of fall. So here we are, day 29. I should be doing some more training with the dog as well. that may come back to bite us in the future. So it's another sunny day tomorrow, which is good. And with that, we're going to head straight out. And our green peppers have grown in. So we're going to have a busy day getting all our crops in order. So let's go ahead and start. And you can see during the speed up that we are collecting them, but we're also scything them. Because of course there is no more time for these to grow. So we do have to scythe them down. So again, a big speed up here, collecting a lot of these. Also brushing the horse. My bunny rabbit has now decided to play around with her food and throw her food ball around. So that might be what you hear in the background. I do apologise for that. But yes, we should get quite a lot of money today for all of these crops. And while we're here, we are going to go ahead and feed the animals. We're also getting wool from Fluffy the sheep today. So a very good day for money on this farm. We do need to keep some milk. I don't know when we end up doing that, but we definitely do need to keep some. So I don't know if we decide to keep this milk or ship it. But we're also shearing Fluffy. And of course brushing her. You're making so much noise, you. She's playing about in her food. So we are going to go ahead and check what this wool is. And it is medium wool. So we have a small milk and a medium wool. And again, we are keeping the milk. So let's see if we do end up putting that in the house. Oh, it looks like we are going straight into the house. I think this will be the first time we've had milk in our fridge. Correct me if I'm wrong, let's have a look. Yep, so it looks like the first time we have milk. So I'm assuming another speed up here, yes, while we get all of this out of the way. This time we're going into the chicken coop. Hopefully we can get it all shipped before Zach comes. And we are just checking everything. Of course, feeding the chickens as always. And we have 2 chicks today, which means one of our chicks has grown, I believe. I wasn't really paying too much attention yesterday though, so I couldn't tell you that. And we go ahead and incubate one more egg to get our 9th chick. So hopefully our goal of a full hen house will actually happen. For some reason we've taken a load of eggs out of the barn. I'm not entirely sure why. We do still have a lot of crops together, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. But we are going to go ahead and give an egg to the harvest goddess, of course. But I don't know why I took the rest of the eggs. I'm going to sparboil them, aren't I? Not sure why, because we're going to have a lot of money today, but maybe I just wanted to bulk up the money a little bit, not sure. But yes, we do go ahead and sparboil the eggs. And we might as well gather these crops while we're here. And with that, head back to the farm, because it is 10 past 12, as you can see. And our carrots have also grown in, but we don't need to scythe those at least. So again, heading back into the house, I think I'm just taking stock of what I still need before fall is over. So we're just checking the cabinet for the grass, the green grass, and oh, we're also taking, no we're not, we're taking out an awl. Okay, never mind, we're not doing what I said we were doing. Absolutely not. So are we trying to go and get a tool upgraded? Now you see the problem is, the blacksmith isn't open on Thursdays. So he is open for a chat, but he's not open for business. So I assume we're trying to get our watering can upgraded, eh? But he's not open, so what am I going to do? No, see, you can only give the ore as a gift. So we're going to have to do that tomorrow, I'm afraid. So I must have forgot that the blacksmith wasn't open. Just checking the sign, look, closed on Thursdays. So back to the farm we go. But it looks like I will be upgrading my watering can tomorrow. So let's ship these and go ahead and grab the apples and the honey. And of course we still need to feed the fish, there we go. So now another speed up while we gather some of the carrots, ship those. Of course we do now have this ore in our pocket, so it's making it a little bit more difficult because we're losing one space. So we're being very careful not to ship that ore. At least with the carrots we don't need to scythe them, but hopefully we managed to get all of these in on time. So we haven't got a lot of the wild crops today, but we have managed to get all of our crops in on time. And with that we're going to look at the farm, because we've got nothing on it but grass at the minute. Completely empty farm. And again, we definitely need to get the hammer sorted in winter so we can sort those rocks out. So with that, we are going to head out of the farm. We are going to go ahead and gather the wild crops, although of course we won't get them in on time today, but that's okay because we did get a lot of money. Well, hopefully we did. We haven't quite been paid yet, but I'm assuming we did. So this is our penultimate day. We can grab these wild crops. And of course our character must be quite tired, so we'll see how this goes. And there you go. For some reason I didn't speed that bit up, so you get to see that bit in real time. She's been very loud today. But again, our character is quite tired, so we'll see how this goes. And again, I've chosen not to speed this bit up. If I don't carry on running into things, of course. So we just need to get the crops from the bottom. So let's see if we do that. We already got all the crops from the top. Oh no, we are going to come and do some chopping. Couldn't think of the word. And with that, it looks like we're not going to gather the wild crops at the bottom. And instead are going to go straight to bed, but we'll have to see. Yep, so we're going to ship these and miss out the wild crops at the bottom for today. But that's fine, because like I say, we should have quite a lot of money. So with that, let's gather the dog and watch the telly. What we got today? Star One Sports, where it's wrestling, but it's clearly not wrestling. Right. And again, I don't know if these repeat themselves as time goes on, so we might stop watching the telly altogether at one point if they repeat. I'm going to have to go back on my old footage and check that actually, because I really don't know if these have repeated yet or not. So we're still talking about the mines with good old Farmer Fran. And again, it's a little bit too late in the game to be telling us how the mine mechanics work, but there you go. That's why I don't know if these are random, or I really don't know. Or if they're repeating, I just don't know. But with that, we're going to head to bed and move on to our final day of the episode. Day 30, and our final day of fall. Which I'm a bit sad about. It's personally my favourite season. It is hard in this game though. So let's go ahead and check the weather. Here's tomorrow's weather forecast. Rain from the morning and a little chilly. So you know what that means, we need to get the horse in the stable. Fantastic stuff. You've seen before how difficult that is. We of course have no crops, so it should be a nice and easy chill day, really. These are our final apples for the year. Not our honey though, the honey does still go all year round. But that's our final apples, and it's also the final day we can feed the fish for a month. So there's a lot of finals today. So of course, remembering we still have that Mistral ore on us. We don't want to ship that accidentally. Let's go ahead and take care of the chickens. And again, that pesky ore is going to get in the way. So correct me if I'm wrong, but we have been getting 5 eggs. So I'm hopeful we might get 6 eggs today, so let's count them. So we have 1. I can only see 5. 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I don't think our other chicken is doing eggs yet. Doing eggs. Laying eggs. So with that we are going to head out. And we're heading straight off the farm this time. Did we take the eggs with us to Sparboil again? But let's go ahead and give an egg to the harvest. Yes, we did. So we're going to Sparboil these 3 eggs, I presume, and then give one to the Harvest Goddess. Just for a bit of extra money, I'm guessing, although we don't necessarily need it. Now she's decided to buy a load of cardboard in the background, so I do apologise for this. So we're gonna... Are you alright, girl? So we're gonna go ahead and give an egg to the Harvest Goddess. And this is something you can still do in winter, because that little section is left non-frozen. Words escape me today, I'm telling you. But let's head on to the farm. We do still need to gather the other wild crops. So we'll have to see what we end up doing. And a lot happens on this last day, I'll tell you that now. Some big things happen on this day. I do apologise for that background noise, it's very distracting, isn't it? But we're going to go ahead and grab a flower and the rest of the crops down here. I don't know if we're going to go all the way up the mountain today, we'll just have to wait and see. And now there's a very loud car just gone past. I can't catch a break with these recordings, I really can't. It looks like I need a better microphone. So Popuri is on the last day of fall, still on a heart. It looks like I was going to axe her then. Still on an orange heart. We did a bit of a speed up there for chopping those, of course. Honestly, please bear with me. I'm clearly losing it today. I can't talk. But what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Looks like we are going into the barn. So let's take care of our cow. And I don't know if we're going to keep this milk or ship it, I'm not sure. We need to feed them both and say hello to our sheep. Whatever she may be, there she is. We just brushed her in the face there, fantastic stuff. I bet that's a lovely sensation, being brushed in the face. And we do need to ship. Are we going to keep the milk? I think we're probably going to ship the milk today. So we need to ship everything but the Mistral. Yep, we decided to get rid of it. So with that, what are we going to do next? It looks like we are heading out of the farm. And of course, there's no more crops to water. So we are going to get a head start on winter. We got here just as it opens. And we are going to upgrade our watering can. And we're going to go straight to the highest level of upgrade that we can, which is the Mistral. You can do the upgrades one by one, so copper, silver, gold and Mistral if you want to, or you can just go straight to Mistral, go straight to gold, go straight to silver, whatever you want. So 5,000 Gs, it's going to take 3 days, but again we don't have anything to water in winter, so we don't necessarily need it. And with that, our watering can is getting upgraded. We have 60,905 Gs, so quite a lot of money there. And with that, what are we doing next? So it looks like we are going to gather the rest of the wild crops. No, we already gathered these. Yeah, we already gathered these. So why are we here at the woodcutter's house? Ah, we are going to chop some trees, okay? So another speed up here while I do this. And we're going to head back to the farm, but wait, we are not going to head back to the farm because what are we doing? We're just checking our lumber and money situation again, it would seem. 210 pieces of lumber. I think we're going to go ahead and do the final home extension. So we need 10,000 Gs and 750 pieces of lumber. We obviously do not have that much lumber, but we do have enough money to buy it. So are we going to go ahead and buy the lumber? And I did speed this process up because we obviously need a lot of lumber to buy. And I forgot, if you look down there, it says you can move them up and down by 10. I always forget that you can do that, so I do it 1 by 1. But we are going to buy all the lumber we need. We need 600 pieces of lumber for 30,000, which means we have 30,000 left. So what's this? We are going to do the final house upgrade. So the only upgrade or extension we still need is the hothouse. So let's go ahead and do that. Wonderful stuff. So we have our house being worked on and our watering can being upgraded. What a great way to round off fall. So with that, what are we going to do next? Well, we've equipped the hammer, so I guess we're going up the mountain. Again, there's not very much to do on the farm at all. Although I hope that past me remembered, we should probably check the grass because you can't shear the grass? That's not right. Trim the grass? Mow the grass? You can't cut the grass down in winter, so hopefully past me remembered to check the grass. So if you haven't stocked up enough, winter from this point forward should be the only time you need to buy fodder for the cows and sheep. So again, we're going on, we're getting the wood for the hothouse already. No, I was going to say, we did still need to collect a mushroom there. Yes, we did remember. I'm so sorry, it's one of those days, I just can't speak today. It looks like my bunny rabbit has finally toddled herself off to sleep. So with that, that is our last fall crop collected, at least for year 1. We are playing, of course, all the way up till year 3. If you stick with me for that long, honestly, I will be amazed. But with that, we are heading back to the farm. And I presume we're going to get a bit of an earlier night because I don't know what else we can do today, really. We could have gone round, talked to all the villagers, but I don't think there'll be any events at the moment, so we do need to get the horse into the barn, actually. That is a very good point. So there is a speed up here, trying to get the horse into the barn, because this took, as you can see, we started at 3 o'clock. Let's see how long this takes. So that took nearly 2 hours. So it's 10 to 6 now. Getting the horse into the barn. No, it's 10 to 5, sorry. And we started at 3. So yeah, just under 2 hours. Here's Zach taking the produce. And we are just going to check the grass, but it doesn't look like it needs cutting. No. So for some bizarre reason, instead of having an earlier night, I decided to start cutting all the weeds down, which is not really necessary, to be honest, because they grow again in winter. So I don't have a clue. Honestly, don't ask. I don't know what I was doing. But we have ended off with 23,355 Gs. We're just going through the rest of the stats. I'm not going to read all of these out, of course, but we have 8 chickens, 1 cow, 1 sheep. All of the harvest sprites are okay. and I ended off being a go-getter. And of course, our watering can is being rebuilded. Goodness me. So, not too bad, I don't think. And again, we decide to carry on, and I don't know. I don't know why I did this. It's a complete waste of time, to be honest with you, which is why I've sped it up. We have so many weeds. I don't know why I needed to. Maybe I thought that they wouldn't grow in the winter. I don't know. But with that, we are going to head off to bed. So let's see what's on the telly. Mechabot Ultra again. Oh, we're just checking the news. Nothing will grow in the pasture until spring, so it's a good idea to cut the grass now. Well, we don't have any grass to cut, I'm afraid. So again, I do need to check if these episodes are repeating on the television, because if they are, then I will cut them out. So it says we're on episode 12. Still have no idea what's going on with this. But it's about that time in the episode. We're going to finish this off and, of course, say have a look at good old Farmer Fran. But it's about this time in the episode where I have to say thank you. Well, I don't have to say it, but I'm going to. Thank you very much for watching. It really does mean the world to me. Honestly, it does. I can't believe I've even got one viewer of this series. So thank you very, very much. I'm just doing it for fun. I love this little cozy game. I really do love it. So the fact that even one of you is watching is just, it means the world to me. So thank you ever so much. And head on back next Saturday. I was going to say Sunday. We're not on a Sunday anymore. We're Saturday. Head on back next Saturday where we start winter. So we will see our first winter in the game. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye Embers.